RG and K Taddy in the booth, giving you some Booger knowledge at the Booger Knowledge 100 tonight. The preset Xfinity series is going to Talladega, the Dega Slammin', whatever, Bama Slammin'. Paw Bear should be joining us at some point, but he's not here right now, so the only voices you can hear are myself and Mr. NRG. That's really a good time for you to say, hey guys, or something like that, but good talking to you, NRG. Hello? You're just not going to talk anymore? Alright, good talking to you.
My mic's already going to act up.
Alright, so Tom Horton out there, this is the one time you could actually say the broadcast is muted and be correct. And you missed it. We are waiting... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to tell Coach to make sure them guys that we're going to make it for the race, make sure they get an extra invite.
Yes.
Yes. Off.
To those wondering about the awkward silence out there, I think I'm the only live viewer at this point. Nope, Sean Tattersall's out there.
I'm in here.
We have Cola in our ear talking to us, asking questions. He's trying to set up a lobby for us tonight, so that's interesting and fun. So, yeah, he's just asking questions, so we're talking to a ghost as far as you guys are concerned. We need Cola Mountain Dew is restarting his internet.
And then also make sure we get a couple invites to the race. Alright, well, hopefully we don't have nearly the amount of lag issues we had last night. That was rough.
HMS said he needs an invite now. Yeah, last night was rough with the lag. The lag is real. Well, we're starting off great with this broadcast, not talking or nothing. I told the 22 to back out and come back in.
We should have waited a few minutes, but that's okay. We have no in-race reporter. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's see if anybody else is live broadcasting. I believe somebody said that they were Dimebags, who somehow I guess I'm not following. So aren't I a good CEO here?
Let's see if I can find his stream, and then I'll watch that one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You're like our in-race reporter.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the only thing that comes up when I search for Dimebags is either
yeah, we're not going to get into that.
or some other stuff. Let's see if I can. I'll put it in the chat. See if you can get me a link.
Mountain Dew needed another one. And OKC is resetting his stuff. Oh, okay, then I'll just go ahead and stop talking. No, I won't. I'm the broadcaster. So yeah, right. This race is going to be amazing. These guys, this track has 3, 4, 5 wide. Probably at some point in time see drivers on restarts attempting to go 7 and 8 wide. Probably won't work, but should put on one heck of a show.
Alright, send HMS one more, please. He just texted me and said that he needs another invite. I told him. It's alright.
Booger McFarland, first fact of the day, he said that if you can pass 10 cars and you start 11th on lap 1 right off before you get to turn 1 on a restart, then you will now be the leader. So on coming to turn 2, you don't have to wait for other people.
Yes, and if you just invite me, and I'll send him an invite if it comes down to it. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna hop in, I'll send him an invite, and then just send me an extra one.
Finally, Tom Horton is in the booth. Are you muted right now, Energy?
No.
Oh, so everybody hears you.
Yep, they should.
And I can't spell even in YouTube land right now, so yeah, the way that I'm spelling right now, that's how most captains have to deal with me all the time. Camping nights, I spell horribly, in case anybody's ever wondering.
Yeah, I first-handedly was on the receiving end of that one night.
Also, out there, if I ever say that I'm camping, guys, please try not to message me asking me important information, because the odds are you'll never understand a word I say in response. So, I'll be telling you the correct information, you're just not going to understand it. Alright, Serenity out there, he makes the big return to the Custom Xfinity Series tonight after realizing as a captain that he had put himself in the wrong series in the Custom Cup. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's actually going to be really good seeing him return to that 07 and being able to see the progress that he's made since he started in the 07 when he joined Giggity, moved up to Cup. Schedule-wise, it's better for him to run tonight, so he's going to run there. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how big of an improvement either he has made and or how much faster the Custom Xfinity Series is.
Yeah, usually I will say the last few weeks, the preset Xfinity races have been pretty exciting.
Facts.
Tonight we see the same thing, and then shortly after that we'll have the custom guys, which they have had a few rough weeks, but hopefully tonight they have a little bit more fun than they have been.
Yeah, there's been a few people hating life here recently in the Custom Xfinity Series, but yeah, Talladega should be a race that even if you hate life, that's going to happen when you get lag spiked and lose the draft probably. We're hoping that doesn't happen, but Booger McFarland said there is a pretty good chance that lag spikes will destroy someone's race tonight.
I love it.
Speaking of Mountain Dew out there saying that he wants a Ford, also big news, I'm sure it's been on the broadcast this week at some point, but Puddin is now a captain. With Puddin being a captain, he has taken over the underdog team, and if you recall, the underdog team in the Xfinity Series, they are Fords. Also, Puddin absolutely can't stand Fords, but he's going to make his captain debut as a driver in the 98 car tonight, so that's going to be fun. Hopefully he'll get his first victory so that he can finally find out that it was because of the car he had. Yeah, we have invites.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, just send him one too.
Let's go with NRG. Who you got for tonight's race? Let's go non-biased, so no NRG team pick in this. Who you think's going to win?
I don't know. I mean, we've been talking about the same four guys the last several weeks in this series between Captain Jack or Dirty
Captain
Boy,
Jack's right. Young Boy, Dirty Boy, Captain Jack, and Dad,
aka my dad. So I mean, look for them guys. Look for Puddin to at Auto Club. Just ended up a half lap short on fuel. Hopefully he'll rebound tonight.
So your pick is the top 4 in points. So pretty logical pick there. Leaving me, I'll take the rest of the field. So you get the top 4 in points, and I'll take everyone else.
Well, that's fair.
Thanks for that.
We'll take
UK Wildcats. UK Wildcats out there doing the Booger McFarland pick. The guy that crossed the finish line first will be the winner. We're going to blue screen. Sorry that now you can only hear my voice. There is no more listening to NRG. That might be a good thing as we get in here and get ready to watch this race.
Well, we know they'll have to restrict the plate tracks. I mean, literally. Are we still blue screen?
Hello, gentlemen.
No, we're not blue screen. Paw Bear has joined us. Hello, Paw Bear.
Hey.
On the pole, if you look right here, it'll tell you who's on the pole. The reason he's on the pole is he ran faster than everyone else in qualifying. So that's always good. Nah, for real though, this should be a really good race, and expect that bottom line to be where everyone wants to be in stage 1 and stage 2. AKA boring racing, but in stage 3 the intensity should pick up. We should see some people on the outside line making moves, as that's the money stage. However, the final 5-10 laps of these stages, people will be trying to get up there into the top 5 because they do pay for or give out points. So Dimebags leads the way here in the 1, followed by the 2. Ironically, their cars are number 1 and 2, and that's where they start.
Yeah. Oh, and they're already in the wall.
The 2 apparently decided he did not want to push the throttle tonight. And on the backstretch, yeah, and then here on the backstretch, all the cars decided to go below the yellow line, which is illegal. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be doing some policing, but unfortunately, I don't think any cop car is going to keep up with these cars.
They were defunded, so they cannot actually keep up with these guys. So Dimebags in the lead right now in this 1 car, followed by the 20 of young boy Terrell. Dimebags, he would be one of my picks because he is not top 4 in points. Actually, I think he is top 4 in points, but you didn't pick him.
Well, these restrictor plate races, I mean, really anyone can win them. As long as you started the race, you have a chance of winning, as long as you don't lag out.
That also is a Booger McFarland kind of stat right there. I mean, I'm just saying, if you start the race, there is a chance you have a chance to win.
Yeah, I would say that is pretty accurate.
And Dimebags is actually 4th in points. As Young Boy, last week's winner, is, even with that victory, it put him in 5th place in points. So he's moved up. Here comes, not Young Boy, Dirty Boy is the one 5th. Young Boy is 2nd in points behind, I think, Captain Jack now, as he rides 2nd here as well. The 23 car, he's new to the series this week. That's Coach Matt. He used to be Custom Cup for the Cola team. He has been moved down to Xfinity for Team Noco. So looking to see something interesting out of him tonight, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like Malbear and Ty-Mac both lost the draft right off the rip. They're just going to have to try their best to stay on the lead lap here, but it's going to be, I don't know how many laps we have in the first stage.
So is this stages with cautions or no cautions?
Yeah. They have cautions, yep.
And I do want to apologize to you, Taddy, and all the viewers here on the YouTube channel for a little bit of language that was put out by me last
on Monday during the in-race reporting. So you heard it here first. To the giggity-ites.
I was set to do not allow. I don't know why it let it come through, but yeah.
It's okay. We tend to do that from time to time. It's easy to slip up, especially when you're in the race. Heat of moment issues. It just kind of happens.
Oh, and there was some heated moments.
It tends to happen.
So
I see some people trying to go to the outside. I think they're just trying to see who's willing to work with them, and I guess, you know, now's a good time to figure out who your friends are, if you have any. I'm
seeing it on these straightaways, and I'm not so sure that people are necessarily trying to make moves, or like you'd said, see who will go with you, and or I know sometimes you get a really crazy run at these restrictor plate tracks, and it's hard to the guys in front of you, when they all make contact, it slows them up, and sometimes you almost have to tap your brakes to avoid the guy in front of you or go to the outside. So that might be some of these moves. But now as you're seeing guys on the line, you have one car following another car who is also following another car. Oh, the 00 down on the apron. Looks like he didn't want to be there. He's not having fun right now.
No. Straight up not having a good time. It's not the, you know, typically the shorter way around the track is typically the faster way, but unfortunately that is actually the slowest way around the track.
Yeah, he's actually a new driver to this series as well. He's moved up from the development series. That is Papa Musa. He's also Team Noco. So Team Noco has 2 brand new preset Xfinity drivers in this race tonight.
If I had $1 for every move that he's made today or this week in general, I'd have a lot of dollars.
Papa Moose is actually a pretty good driver.
Yeah, he is a talented driver. I'm not sure. He might have been, that might have been a lag spike. The way that he went down below in the corner looked like there was a little contact behind him, and I'm not so sure that that's even true. The 07 down on the apron comes back up. Not sure.
Oh, looks like we got some guys going down pit road this time. I seen the 19. I think he was signaling.
No,
going down
the 19 is the car that I'd seen contact with the 07 from, right behind him. So as they were entering 3, he might be pitting, you may be correct, but on exit of 4, whatever corner that was, the 07 had gotten into the 19.
Okay, never mind. Maybe there's just a little bit of lag on my screen because
nobody pitting.
Nobody did. So I guess we'll throw out another Booger McFarland acknowledgement thing here. If you do go below the yellow line and then don't come down pit road, chances are you were not signaling to come down pit road.
Yeah, and also you probably didn't mean to do that, but yeah, that's probably pretty good. Also, Paw Bear, I'm glad you joined us now. First off, I really hope your voice is on Always Allow, otherwise I'm sounding like I'm talking to another ghost. But so Energy has picked the top 3 in points, and Dirty Boy Jackson to win this race. I picked all the other cars, so we'll give you the pace car. And there is actually a chance that the pace car could win this race. But so that is your pick. Unfortunately, that pace car is motionless on pit road at this point in time.
Yeah, I do believe the pace car did lag out until the end of the stage. It should come back on track.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I think actually my chips are on pudding tonight.
Guys, we're on Boom Vision right now. Just want to be clear that everybody knows what vision this is right here. We're not going to do this for real long, but this is the Boom Vision Dimebags here.
They're
in the
trying
one
to get
leading
that
the field.
outside line for them right now, man.
Yeah, I'm seeing, yeah, there's a good group of cars that went with the 19 and then said, you know what, actually I'd rather take your position, and they all dropped back down to the bottom. And Puddin looks like
right down in front of them.
Yeah, it looks like Puddin actually left a little bit of a gap for HMS to come down. I'm not so sure if that was intentional or if he just had to get off the bumper of that 35 car.
Well, either way, smart move by the 98. Oh, as he gets shoved off the road there.
And looks like he's coming flying back up the track. Puddin may lose the draft here in that 98 Ford Mustang.
Well, the good thing is Ma Bear's back there somewhere.
Ma Bear and Timac are both back there. Ma Bear, this is her first race in the preset Xfinity Series as well. Tom Horton has muted the pace car. Glad to see that your mutes are still working. I was a little nervous. Den Kate GRL has picked Papa Musa as his win. Tom Horton using big words like perception and phenomenal. I don't know what those mean, but Booger McFarland's in there, so I know what that means. Definitely cool. Back to this racing action. We're seeing cars going side by side. We haven't seen a whole lot of that tonight, but they are doing it now.
I don't know if they're gonna. I wish I knew the lap count, or better yet, I wish I just got Dimebags' stream.
No IRR in here tonight.
No.
No.
And I
So
don't know
yeah,
if we're gonna have to bid or not.
Paw Bear, not to point out the obvious, but the broadcasters are me, you, and NRG, and none of us are on the track, so no in-race reporter for this race.
Yeah, I didn't look at the broadcast yesterday.
I was messing with you.
When we go to, I don't know if we have to pit or not during the stage, but I will say that if you have a less amount of laps of fuel left than what there is in the stage, you're probably going to have to pit for fuel.
Yeah, also, I think that pit road's going to be a huge thing for these guys, because if you go down there is a posted speed limit and there are black flags. And if you go faster than the posted speed limit, you will get a black flag. And that will give you a 15-second penalty, which that is actually really, really important here, because some people will do those 4-tire stops. Some will do just enough fuel.
There are 4 wide going into turn 3, and that just did not work at all.
It seems like to me that pit stops must be coming up close, and they don't want to try to get down to speed. So if you don't want to take the green flag pit stop, you don't have to if caution comes out, because you would be pitting under the yellow flag and not the green flag. Just word to the wise.
Yeah, and you would be able to stay in the draft.
Last lap, stage 1 is what Puddin said.
All right, that was the end of the stage.
Makes sense. I'm not sure why Puddin is texting in the YouTube while racing at Talladega, but thank you for that, Puddin.
I will say that, him being from Ohio himself, I will say he should know the rules that texting and driving is against the law in the state of Ohio, but they are in Alabama, so I'm not sure what the laws are there.
I mean, I'm going to allow it. Mountain Dew, I can see that you're out there. You're also racing. Watch what you're saying in the YouTube. This is a warning to that right there. Please don't say anything else. Now back to the caution flag. Oh wait, look, they're gonna get ready to go green now. So the 20 of young boy Terrell is now the race leader. Looks like a little bit of pitch strategy got him there. With these presets, guys, you raced Energy last night. Do you think that you could go no tires through 2 fuel runs? So possibly all he took was fuel for this stage 2? All right, good talking to you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
All right, yeah. My headset straight up does not like me at all.
Right.
But I will say you could probably, depending on what you have your tire pressures at, which I'm pretty sure these guys probably jacked them all up. But he might have taken 2, I don't know.
Well, and that's where it becomes interesting, because if he took 2, then he didn't get all of his tires jacked up, because it wouldn't matter if he didn't take 4.
That is true. So if he didn't touch it, he could have just taken 2. I do know that when you are in the draft, the presets, and I noticed it big time last night, was if you're in the draft, it eats up the right front tire going into the turns. The lead car, it's not too bad because you're going a little bit slower than everybody else, but
yeah. So also I want to reiterate on the draft aspect of these super speedways. If you're in the draft, you're going to go faster than the people that are not in the draft.
that is
another
true.
Booger McFarlane.
Just say this is the Booger McFarlane 100. We want to be as clear with the fans at home that may not know some of these things.
I haven't even seen him in the chat yet tonight, and pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah, well,
Especially
in fairness,
that the race is named after him.
In fairness, Mr. Jimbo usually joins in the custom series. I'm not really sure where everybody else is here. I'm not sure why Booger himself isn't in our chat.
They got a pretty good line on the top now.
Well, if they get more cars up there than what's on the bottom, chances are they will go faster and probably gain some positions.
Well, I mean, I don't know as if that one's necessarily true. Actually, to me, regardless of the car count, it also depends on the uniformity of the line. If you have a bunch of guys weaving in and out, can't really keep a straight line, you could probably have twice as many cars, but you won't go as fast as 4 or 5 cars in a solid straight line on the bottom. So I think that's really just as important as the car count.
I agree, and going back to stage 1, we seen on lap 1 Mallbear and Ty Mac both lost the traps in the first turn, so it was good to see that they kept their lap there, so they're back in it. And
yeah. They have now raced at least 1 green flag lap in the draft the whole way around the track, so kudos to them. Looks like Ma Bear being new, actually, I think this is actually how she lost the draft the first time. She's kind of just riding behind the field. Let's see, I'll try to get on her here. She's the 08 car. Looks like she's just riding behind, not really trying to make any moves. And just kind of...
Putin says, I want to go 3 wide. I'm tired of riding behind everyone, so...
That scares me. Also, Putin might end up in the wall, and looks like 51 was going to help.
Up there.
You know, I was on practicing today with Ma Bear and Serenity and Wide Open Racing and stuff, and I found it very, very comfortable up on the very high line going around. Yeah,
the high line here is actually, to me, I love racing the high side on super speedways.
Yeah.
The issue with running the outside line at a super speedway is not necessarily your own problem or your own issue, but the drivers underneath you, if they bump each other or they catch that apron in the corner, they're going to shoot directly to the outside. And so even though you might be able to handle the outside very well, the guys below you might not be able to run the bottom very well and put you up into that wall. So that is a big concern that happens, whereas if you're holding that yellow line, if somebody gets underneath you, that's probably a penalty because it's illegal to go below the yellow line and pass people.
True enough.
Yeah, another thing, man, it's like you got way more room here than you do at Daytona. And you should be able to take it 3 wide, but I don't know. It's just, I know there's also been a lot of lag issues as of the last, like, basically several weeks in every race, but
yeah, in case you guys haven't heard, Heat 5 is coming out soon, like next week, so that doesn't help the lag issues at all.
No.
But I will tell people that the mic lag that we're hearing from Mr. NRG right now, that has nothing to do with Heat 5. That is lag, just straight his mic hating him right now. Energy, you didn't have to
still-
mute yourself up. It's really not that bad. I was just messing with you.
I still can't order Heat 5 online yet.
On PlayStation?
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't mute up.
Oh.
My mic just hates me. So you were right about that.
That was just facts. Good timing to have said something. All right.
Yeah.
Guys, I know everybody out there, you guys are trying to watch. You want some, like, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson broadcast for this race, but that's just not what you're going to get with me and Energy are up here. And Paul Bear's up here with us. If you can't have fun, there's no reason to be even own a video game. And so here we are having fun, broadcasting these guys, giving them all some airtime, and watching them go single file right now. So, awesome sauce. Yeah. Oh, good. They heard me. Somebody went to the outside. There goes Puddin in the 98 to the outside of the 2 with Timac. He did not get a good enough run and went back behind him to follow him again.
Maul is also running up there. She has lost a draft. That is unfortunate. It is stage 2. We know they didn't have to hit in stage 1. They're going to have less laps in this stage, so I'm assuming that they probably don't have to pit this stage.
So I'm getting breaking news that the 20 lag is causing disruptions. That should only affect second place, but apparently it's affecting a few others. Either way, that's a tough one to deal with. The lag will happen all the way through, and I'm sure he's not the only one lagging.
Oh, I'm sure not.
96 comments. Wow. I think that might be like a new record for us there. Energy. We got people actually wanting to talk to us.
I don't think they want to talk to us. I think they just that they should be the ones in the booth, so they're just putting their input in the chat because people would rather read that than listen to
Putting
us.
in the 2, getting into each other.
Smitty out there says this is like a Darrell Waltrip and Michael Waltrip broadcast.
So
I
the
don't
good
want
ones, what
I
he's
don't want
saying.
to take the role for either of them.
I'm going to say that you're more like Michael. Tom Horton says it's like Jeff Burton and Jimmy Spencer. At least we didn't get called Ward, but back to probably your dad. Yeah. Probably your dad sitting here in second following the laggy 20 car, apparently. I have not seen any actually. I mean, I'm saying this because I'm watching it and I don't see the lag. The 7 is able to stay on the 20 the whole entire time. I haven't seen him separate. I have seen the 20's teammate go driving through the grass, which is way below the yellow line, which is, again, let me reiterate, illegal. But he cost himself, so all's fair in racing at draft tracks.
I will also say that the grass at pretty much every track in the game is not fast unless it's Canadian Tire and you're taking the ramp. At that point, you can go really fast at that section of the track.
That actually only helps you if your PSN is named after Batman. Let's continue on.
I hate it here.
So Wildcat said Energy is totally Kyle Petty.
Go to bed, UK.
Breaking news: UK is not tired tonight. Last lap of stage number 2. Breaking news from Serenity. Thank you for somebody helping us with a lap count. Actually, so yeah, it looks like that was the last lap. So we got that a little late. Thanks a lot, Serenity.
Him and Puddin are definitely
Barry Springer out there. Barry Springer out there. He heard me. Whoops. Sorry, man. Just having a good time up here talking about the Talladega grass patch and how it didn't help these guys. Yeah. So the 20 car wins the stage 2.
Alright, that's stage points for us. Good deal.
He did not win the stage 1. Yeah, keep in mind the number 1 car won stage 1. So the fuel strategy or pit strategy, whatever the 20 car did, whether it been the right sides only or if he'd have taken no tires at all, seemed to pay out good. It put him in first, and he never lost that position, and because of that, he won the stage.
Malbear did not pit.
I don't like that move there. I feel like that might be an issue. We'll see how that one pans out. She's trying to learn from young boy. We're going to see if that works out. I don't think that it will, because I'm fairly certain they'll have to pit in this stage.
Yeah, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say, if you did not pit at the end of stage 2, you're probably going to have to make one more pit stop than everybody else in stage 3.
Okay, so Barry Springer, breaking news. That was one of his employees that was in the grass that day. Actually, I think what he means is he had the lawn care service himself, so one of his own employees fixes the grass. Makes sense. Bring yourself some extra money. I like it. We got Puddin fans out there. Ma Bear's doing a good job. I was thinking that she accidentally didn't pit, and so she was going to pull off at the beginning, but it looks like she's holding her own up here, holding off all the rest of the, as I say that, here she comes pit lane. So the pit strategy is unique, but she also hits the wall on entrance there. Almost missed. Pit strategy is definitely unique. Maybe, guys, maybe they were one lap short. She might have practiced, and they might be just one lap short on fuel. And so she's now done that one lap and then pitting.
Well, I will say, you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, at the third stage, we'll probably see some people make moves. If we do, we might get a caution. It'll catch her back up. She'll be the only one a lap down if she goes a lap down before then. But
yeah, as long as she got down to pit road speed limit, I don't think that she'll have a speeding penalty. First off, I want to give a big shout out right now. In 5th place, the 2 car of Timac. All of stage 1, he rode around without any draft. And stage 2, he kind of rode around in the rear, but here he is making some moves now that it's money shot time, and he's in 5th place in that 2 car. So good racing by him so far. 22 and 19 get a little contact. They fall back under the yellow, but they recover.
If I remember correctly, my 4 picks also finished 1 through 4 in stage 2.
What's up, Creed? Hunty Trash, yes you are. Francis Smith, how many laps left? I don't know, your guess is probably as good as mine, but I know that they are in stage 3. Sorry about that, Hunty. I thought you went back to bed after you were done writing that. Maybe you heard me, maybe you didn't.
Oh, he just got told to go to bed, so.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So they are catching Ma Bear.
Ma Bear is by herself. All the other cars are together, so they are going faster than Ma Bear is.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people and a lot of objects, including grass, that has gotten muted so far.
Yeah, I don't think the pace car got muted yet, though.
Bob's out there now.
Yeah, I think the pace car is still good from you. And I'm still not so sure that Paw Bear's pick of the pace car won't win this race.
There is one car that did fall way back. Mind you, not far back as Ma Bear, but...
Yeah, Matt BW has lost touch with the draft.
Yeah, that's actually a concern for Ma Bear now. If Matt BW decides to pull off and try to do some pitch strategy to get himself back up, he could lose a lap, and that would give... if he's the first car lap down, Ma Bear would not be the first car lap down, because that's how that works. And therefore, Matt BW would get the lap back instead of her, so she's definitely hoping he does not do that. Yeah, she's hoping right now that he does not do that strategy, but unfortunately for her, looks like as these lead cars passed her, she also lost the draft. I can't quite tell. She might still be in the draft of the one of those cars back there.
She is right on the back of one, so I would think she's got the draft.
That is a pretty good sign. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I'm riding along with the 98 of Puddin for all you Puddin fans out there. I don't know why we have any of those. But yeah, Puddin fans, here you go. His teammate, the Oklahoma City Mexican. Probably your dad in the lead here, followed by Dirty Boy Jackson, last week's winner. Neither one of these won a stage, so getting the race victory is going to be huge, especially with young boy Terrell getting that stage victory in stage 2, sitting second in points behind Captain Jack, who's in the 5 car, sitting in third. That's huge for young boy, because that's 5 points that since he got them, nobody else got those 5 points. So yeah, that's also how that works.
I think I'd rather be where the 20's at right now. Them guys back there are definitely saving more fuel than probably your dad, aka my dad, right now.
Yeah, Ryan Morgan out there, Puddin looking good in that Ford. It's a lot better than seeing him in a Chevy, just because we know how he hates Fords. Tom Horton, of course, rocket science is what we do up here. And Nuka Bob, you're a little late to the show. Book McFarland says you need to stay in the draft to keep up. Yeah. We discussed that.
But it's always nice to hear it a second time. That way you don't forget. Typically, if you hear things more than once, you tend to not forget it.
Yeah,
Okay, guys,
also,
I just got to step away from the mic just for a minute. I'll be right back.
okay. Also, when somebody else says the same thing that you've said, that probably means you were right the first time. So, thank you for that, New Kebab. We are very glad about that. Tom Horton put himself to bed.
Whoa.
Puddin's still trying the outside line. You haven't seen what?
I haven't seen anyone ever put themselves in bed. Usually it's someone getting told to go to bed. So that's
he just decided he's doing it himself. Yeah, interesting.
I'm not sure if that's the strategy I'd go with. I prefer to get told to go to bed personally.
Yeah, me too. Otherwise, I feel like an adult when you just do it yourself. That's no fun. Nobody wants to be one of them.
No.
Interesting strategy back here. The 5.
They're gapping like.
The 00 of Papa Musa, not having fun right now, comes shooting back onto the track. Somebody had to avoid him. Looks like the 23. His teammate was the car that he dove. I guess he was trying to keep his teammate's draft. That's not how you do it. But yeah, this gap thing that's happening at the front, Captain Jack, I don't know if he's trying to lay back and maybe get a run and make a move. But the cars behind him said, no, we're not going to help you. We're going to set back ourselves and maybe try to make a move. But then they catch up and they didn't. So maybe there was a lag shot maybe that separated them. I really can't tell. They definitely caught right back up, but nobody made a move, which is usually what you do that gap for. But they could be trying to time it for later.
Yeah, they might be saving fuel.
A tracker told Hunty to go to bed once. What kind of tracker? Like a geo tracker? You spelled that wrong there, bud. Just kidding.
Hunty, what are you talking to him about there, guy?
He's not sure. He was supposed to be in bed. And the back of the pack, we still have the 98 trying to go to the outside. Sorry to cut you off, boss. Sounded like that's what you were going to say.
I was about to say, Puddin's getting a little roughed up there.
Oh, Larry Mack is agreeing with Booger McFarland. Yes, these guys might be trying to save fuel. That's a good call there, New Kebab. Now that's rocket science. That's definitely something that the broadcast team could not think of when we seen the gap here. Wow, aren't we bright? Also, I didn't know the fuel mileage or fuel stretch strategy that you could employ here, so maybe I should have done my research as a broadcaster. Awesome job, Taddy.
Yeah, I probably could have done the same. I just chose not to.
So, Arkham said there's reports of the 20 and the 22 stat still lagging, and Tom Horton has a bad dog. I thought he put himself in bed already, but nope, he wanted to tell us about his furry friend. UK Wildcats, we don't really get into your personal life. He said, Hunty, come on, I got DP here. Back to this racing, probably your dad still holding off the rest of the field with Dirty Boy Jackson, followed by Captain Jack, Fastlane, and Timac rounding out your top 5. But the 2 NRG Toyotas have hooked up and they are running 6th and 7th, which is also considered behind the top 5. But there is a gap separating them. Looks like maybe they're saving fuel and or maybe trying to make a run. But I've seen a few cars go below the yellow line, possibly signifying to pit.
I don't know. They were doing that a lot in the first stage. Oh, what? Okay, well, you got some guys coming to pit road here.
The teammates, the Canuck drivers with probably NRG's dad pull off. I think the 1 car is still on the track, isn't he? Yeah. So RJ Motorsports team decided not to pit together. That's unfortunate for probably your dad. I would have assumed they would have pit together, but that's why I said assume, and I don't know anything. Back to this race. So somebody else took the lead. Matt BW is on pit lane now. Let's reiterate, that is who Ma Bear will be battling for the Lucky Dog. And the 5 of Captain Jack, also in a new ride. He's a Shin Motorsports driver now in that 5, I think. That might be fake news. No, he's Cola now in the 5. As the 07 and 08 are now Shin, and 5 and 78 are Cola. Yeah, big changes this week. Just trying to keep me on my toes, I guess. The 00 and the 23 on pit lane. That's the Team Noco drivers.
Ma Bear is coming on the pit lane along with OKC Mexican and Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Ma Bear might have just gone 200 miles an hour on the pit road. That looked like she was going very fast getting on the pit lane.
That's not good. We were talking about them black flags earlier, and typically those are not good. They do not help out. It looks like the NRG guys and the rest of the leaders might be coming out there this time.
If they all pit this time, then NRG is correct.
It'll be the first time I've ever been correct in my whole life.
And looks like you were correct this time. The five, yeah, his car, the front of his car was hungry, so they just took a little bit of the wall away. Now, here's the tricky part. I'm going to have no idea who's winning.
Well,
I do believe that Ma Bear did get a speeding penalty. She's just coming off pit road now.
Yeah, she looks like she'd come in pretty hot and heavy there in that 08 car. I'm watching Dirty Boy Jackson. He and the 35 were the first to come off pit road. I don't see the 35 at all. I see Dirty Boy all by himself. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it leads me to believe that somebody in that small pack that pit with them probably got a speeding penalty.
Well, there's somebody way ahead of that. It might be maybe these two cars, the 7 and the 35. They also pit with the 42. They came out together, so they did some type of strategy that might have been the same. Bunch of cars still in front of them, though.
Together.
Yeah, but it looks like maybe the 23 is in front of them. I can't really tell. Hey, so yeah, anybody in YouTube land that could help us out and tell us who's winning, you know, all you guys that are in chats with your drivers, that would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, we're completely content with looking like fools up here. I'm down either way.
Yeah, I'm really not too worried myself.
I will say, though, if there is a car that's all by themselves in front of this pack of cars will catch them, because we talked about this. If you're in the draft, you'll go faster than the people that aren't. Booger McFarlane even agreed to that.
Yeah, we did see that, and I finally learned that for the first time on Heat 4 last night in our race. You typically want to be in the draft. We're seeing the 23 is in the lead.
Yeah, Coach Matt. So I was a little right when I said that the car that's in front of everybody else was the leader.
Yeah, he's about to straight up not have a good time here in a minute when this pack catches up to him.
Thank you, UK Wildcats. He said that he was trying to help us. He said the car up front was the leader. That is accurate.
I appreciate the help. There's a lot of people. I want to thank everybody that has helped us out with some knowledge, some Booger McFarlane knowledge tonight. It's been super helpful, as we have no idea what the hell's going on, so it's greatly appreciated. Now I was saying, Booger McFarlane says the fastest car always wins. That is not the case.
Tom Horton, that's not a Booger McFarlane stat.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that one. You just ruined the whole Booger McFarlane thing. So the 23 is no longer the leader. So everybody in the chat that just said the 23 is the leader, you're wrong. The 19 is now the leader, HMS. I guess you were right at the time, but you're wrong now.
Yeah. But, good attempt at being right a little bit.
Yeah. Dirty Boy Jackson must have had a pit road speeding penalty, and or everybody else decided they didn't want tires. But HMS is definitely the leader with that Timac number 2 Tame the Beast car in second. The 23 actually hasn't lost that much ground yet. I don't know why he didn't come down in front of the 20. There was definitely a gap
first, there. But he was riding so long by himself, I'm guessing he probably wants to get to the back and save a little bit of fuel.
And Puddin is out there, way out there by himself.
I'm glad I'm not in that chat. Puddin's probably not happy. Also, he's another one of them people you've probably heard how he feels about not finishing well in YouTube land, as he thought he was on Do Not Allow once.
That's true.
So, Pa, that should make you feel better. You're not the only one to do that.
Actually, he reminded me of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that one of the cars in this pack has a really good chance of winning.
I don't know if they only had to pit once, if they have to pit again.
Right, but either way, this pack has the best chance. Serenity said, Puddin is not happy, but his spirits are still high. Kudos to Puddin, man. He tries his butt off. But man, I wish he was up here in the top section. He does try. He has come a long ways.
I thought he was going to win on strategy at Auto Club, but like I mentioned earlier, he ended up a half lap short on fuel. And
Tom Horton, you do not talk bad about Booger McFarland ever. Tom Horton muted.
The GOAT.
So HMS in the lead in the 19. 2 is looking underneath him, but 19 came back down, shut that door. There are other cars on the track. We're just going to stay with these guys because they are the lead pack. So when somebody makes a move, we want to see if they take the lead. Logical enough. So we have HMS, Timac, Young Boy Terrell, Fast Lane, probably NRG's dad, and let's see, who's the other two? The 23's Coach Matt, and the 5 of Captain Jack. So out of these 7 or 8 cars, all 4 of the guys that you picked NRG are still up there. Oh, nope, not all 4. Dirty Boy is not up there.
That's unfortunate.
So 3 of 7 go to you. 4 of 7 go to me, and the parked pace car still goes to Paw Bear.
And that pace car's several laps down now. Has not completed a lap yet.
Luckily, though, for the pace car, it doesn't matter. He can still come out whenever he wants, and he becomes the car in front. Boy, wouldn't that be something? See somebody like ever driving the pace car and they just pull out for no reason, no caution on the track. They just come out. Yeah. Anyways,
I think we call that having a death wish. I think
suicide by pace car.
Yeah.
HMS and Timac having a pretty good gap over third place. That might still be the fuel strategy that we talked about, or that Booger McFarland talked about with Larry Mack earlier. Young Boy, Fast Lane, probably NRG's dad sitting there 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Basically, with the amount of cars that they have back there, at any time they want to go right now, they could probably hit the gas pedal and overtake these top 2. What's up, Big Carf out there? Thanks for tuning in. 22 live viewers for this preset race. I like it.
Yeah, it's gone up over the last about 20 minutes.
Yeah, every time somebody else starts watching it, that number goes up.
Hitting pit road.
Bear
is on the apron. Did you say he missed pit road?
No, I said Ma Bear is on pit road.
I'm thinking that they're gonna have to pit again if Ma Bear's pitting now. This would be her 3rd pit stop of the stage. Everybody else looking at coming to their 2nd one.
I see the 07 had pitted with her.
I don't know what happened to Dimebags. He was running the apron real slow on the front stretch. I'm wondering if he missed pit road last time by.
And they're coming at 07.
Oh no. Are they about to Celtics fan the field? Dimebag's gonna Celtics fan the field?
I hope not. He must have missed pit roads. He's coming now. He is hauling ass.
I don't know if you can say that word. Hauling the mail?
Butt.
He said hauling the mail to all the giggity-ites out there watching this race.
That's what I thought he said.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear anything other than appropriate language from me. I only say appropriate things, and I've actually never swore in my life.
Dimebag's in the 1 car on pit road while
But,
NRG
however,
is
he
filling
does
everyone's
lie.
head with smoke. Yeah. Oh, Coco out there trying to be SpongeBob. I'm not even answering that. What's up, Money Mike? Captain Jack just went below the apron. I don't know if that was a signal or he got loose somehow coming off the exit. Time will tell.
Yeah, if he dives down below the yellow line off turn 4, he probably did signal the pit.
Yeah, and that will be a telltale sign if that was accurate or not. And actually, somebody else did, but he chose not to. Fast Lane pitting by himself. That's not a good move. That's a bold move. That's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah. Right,
How do you
somebody
get
out there
into
asking.
League? Yeah, Redliner. My name on the PlayStation is KTaddy_Giggity. Send me a private message, or basically any of these other drivers that are commenting in the YouTube. We have Nanner Bread NRG, paw underscore bear underscore GRL, I think. You can contact absolutely anybody on the PSN, and they'll get you a hold of the right people to get you into this league. Paw Bear runs our developmental, so he's really the one to talk to. But yeah, definitely just reach out to anybody in the league, man.
Yeah, any of the names that are scrolling at the top, you can get a hold of them, and then they'll contact the appropriate people. Do you see Puddin scrolling across the top? He is now a captain. You could also get a hold of him. He could point you in the right direction. Or Mall Bear.
Oh yeah, Nuke Bob, that's a good one. Yeah, check out Giggity Racing League on Facebook. That's actually a great idea.
I tell you what,
Nuke Bob's
pretty
yeah,
smart.
he's out there full of brain cells.
I know. No, not everyone can be as dumb as the two of us. So, I mean,
Well-
you'd have to try really hard.
Well, that's I mean, that's rude. You just told the truth about us. So here comes the rest of the leaders, except for Young Boy Terrell staying out there. Now, Young Boy Terrell, this is interesting. I don't know how many laps are left, and I don't really know.
He had that gap. He was definitely saving. He might be able to take less fuel and maybe 2 tires and still come out ahead of these guys.
Yeah, he was definitely saving fuel. That's what I was going to say. Unfortunately, I don't know the lap count. I'm assuming they're getting pretty close to the end of this, though, and he might have been on the straight fuel strategy to make it to the end.
Well, if that number is higher than the amount of laps that are left, he can't make it on fuel.
El Parco out there, unfortunately, he's not going to get, you won't ever see him on the track, as he just always has to say something that gets him parked, and now officially you won't see him at the Glen next week, so that's unfortunate for him. Here comes the 20 to pit lane now. Just kidding out there, Dean. You know, whoever Dean's captain is, as soon as he starts messaging, they should probably start telling him to go to bed. I feel like that's pretty logical. He'll get parked a lot less.
Yeah, I feel like he is the one that probably needs to go to bed more so than pretty much anybody else that has been told to go to bed.
He should actually probably just stay in bed outside of when he's racing.
Just don't get out. Stay there.
Puddin up here pushing the 35. I don't know how Puddin got back up with these drivers unless he's a lap down. But yeah, Puddin pushing the 35 with the 2 and the 5 behind them. And I believe when this cycles out, the 19 will be the leader.
The 20 is off pit road now. I see some cars coming up behind them. I'm not sure who those are. Looks like one of them is. Yeah, there's a pack over there.
Noko,
I think that is his teammate all by himself.
Noko unfortunately says that he is Dean's captain. I'm sorry, man. I got nothing else to say there other than sorry. Yeah, so the NRG drivers sitting 1 and 2, but here comes the 35, the 98, the 2, the 5, all trying to make a move to the outside. They block it. Here comes Puddin to the inside. Contact made with the 19. I don't know if this is for the lead or what's going on right now, but I'm seeing 3, 4, 5, 6 wide, the 35 in the wall, the 98 and the 2 battling it out for the lead. I think that's for the lead. If they start slowing down, it was probably the last lap.
No, they're not slowing down. They're still going pretty fast.
Yeah. So what actually happened there? I mean, I don't think it was the last lap. Just the 19 and the 20. They when the rest of the field went to go to the outside to make a move, they didn't want to give up the lead, so they went up to block that move, and things went crazy.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a pretty set of terms last time through. There was a lot of contact. Surprisingly, they all kept it together.
Oh, right. That's I apologize, Dean. That is Coco Magic Mike out there commenting. You are correct. The boat version. He's the boating Coco Magic Mike. So out here we have the 2 of Timac, who ran around all of stage 1 by himself, out here in the lead in stage 3 when it matters, with the 20 of Young Boy Terrell, the 5 of Captain Jack, 19 of HMS, and I don't know if Puddin's on the lead lap. Nobody's told me differently in the YouTube, so I'm going to go with I guess so. How about we go this?
Trying to break the draft.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that move. With how many guys are on the inside, they could get just enough run, and when the 2 tries to come down, that's usually how a nose gets taken off and a big wreck happens. Luckily, there's only 5 of them, so it won't be that big of a wreck.
19 is putting up.
Okay, yeah. It looks like them 2 are going at it, and I'm not sure I agree with that move, because 19 might have just cost himself a lot of spots there. That was the last lap. Or the
I don't know. They slowed down before they got to the line. I think that something just caused caution.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That did not look pretty. It looked like there was some retaliation back there between the 98 and the 19. It looked like the 19 was getting shoved to the apron, and then he come back up, got in the pudding, and pudding. Yeah, it looks like they
pudding pop.
They just were not having a good time.
Yeah,
no, that's true.
And also, if that was for position, that would keep them starting right next to each other when we get going again. So this could be. I guess that was the end. It's going to the loading screen. So they actually slowed down before they got to the line. So I'm really hoping that didn't just cause caution on the white flag. But Tyler McMurder, the number 2, just got the victory here. Do you have him to get him in here to the booth?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's try to get to these cars so you guys can see the car that won. To anybody out there in YouTube, thanks for letting us know that was the last lap. You guys are swell.
Yeah,
The little
must be showing off.
I don't know if you can say that either.
Am I blind?
Possibly.
What are you looking for?
Timac.
I do have him. If I have to blue screen, I will real quick.
I thought I had him, but apparently I do not.
Alright, give me just a second. I'm going to blue screen. So you guys can only hear me right now. Also, all I can do is suggest him to you. And he should be suggested. While we wait to get him into the booth, what do you think about the race? How do you think it went there, Paul Bear?
I think it went pretty good. A little bit of door slapping, but I mean, you're gonna have that at a super speedway anyway. But all in all, I think I had a pretty crappy selection of cars to pick from.
Yeah, I mean, Energy, he didn't really give people many options there. He just went ahead and took. But I will say, I'm actually the guy that won that my pick won. That was not one of your 4 drivers. It was one of my 11 drivers that won that race.
That is true.
May the odds forever been in my favor there. And here we go. Timac, are you set to always allow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always, actually.
All right. So, victory in the 2 car tonight at Talladega after a rough start riding around with no draft in stage 1. Take me to stage 2. What were you thinking? Did you want to just ride around, or did you set yourself up in a good position to get where you wanted to be in stage 3?
Stage 2, I started at the back because, like you said, stage 1, I started second. I qualified second. Great job, I thought, to get second there. But 3 wide incident, I got put in the wall, lost the draft, and then I started stage 2. I really just wanted to take it easy because I was starting at the back. It's Talladega. I know as soon as you get 3 wide or somebody makes the same move as someone else at the wrong time, anything can happen out there. So I was just trying to, keep it clean and keep it smart out there. I chose to just ride around at the back for most of stage 2. But in the closing laps of stage 2, that's when I started to try to make some moves a little bit. Finished 8th in stage 2 and was able to keep working my way towards the front after that.
Yeah, I definitely noticed, and I called it out on the broadcast. You moved up into the top 5 there by the end of stage 2. So big kudos on that. That seemed to be the turning point in your races towards the end of stage 2. You're driving for No Shift Pendle now and his team, the MPP team. I think this is his first victory in the preset Xfinity series. So congratulations on that. Anything else that you wanted to say, real quick?
Thank you so much. First of all, I would have been thrilled and honored with a top 5 finish, and it was looking to be that way for a while there. We were coming up on HMS at the end and coming up on, oh shoot, I can't remember really, but there was a couple guys in front of us that we were trying to run down. Young Boy Terrell was the other. And I didn't know how it was going to shake up. You never do in the final stage of one of these Talladega races. And yeah, just honored and thrilled to get a win in Giggity Racing League here in the Xfinity Series. I had a blast, and hopefully you guys keep letting me come back. This was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was definitely exciting there at the end. The news has broken that Timac will be driving the 6 car next season in the Custom Cup Series. He just shout out to everybody. He's owner of the Nascar Racing League. If you've never seen that, definitely tune in. They're good drivers over there. Again, congratulations to you, Timac, and looking forward to seeing you next week at the Glen. We all know that you like road courses.
Absolutely, man. I'll be there. And thank you again to No Shift Pendle for the opportunity to drive this 2 car.
All right, guys, on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. Stay tuned here. Within about 20 minutes or so, we'll be getting the same track, probably the same numbers on the track, but you're going to be seeing these are going to be custom setups in the Xfinity cars instead of the presets. So stay tuned. About 15-20 minutes from now, we'll be going green.